He is the host of Undisputed on Fox Sports, and Skip Bayless takes no prisoners, makes no apologies. He's opinionated, vocal, brilliant, and wants to win every argument.
Oh, Dana, you are so right. But there is one person who gives Skip a run for his money every single day, and he loves it. And that person, his brilliant and beautiful wife, Ernestine.
True.
Welcome you two.
Thank you for having
By the way, I
us.
lose every
He
argument
does.
at
He
home.
loses every
home.
argument.
I figured.
At the house. That's it.
Exactly.
No
And
moderator.
Ernestine, I have to ask you, I'm sure everyone wants to know, how do you find harmony with a man who seems to be married to his job, covering sports all the time?
That's why
That's
I
the
wrote
million-dollar
book.
question.
So after 14 years of being with this man, I had to do something, and I had to not just watch sports with him and hate it every minute. And I had to think of, all right, what am I going to do? There are other women there that are just like me out there, only mine is 150% magnified because he watches every game, not just one game. Most guys watch one team they like. He watches every game. So after a thought here and there, I said, I have to write a book, and I have to help women that are in my shoes and just how to deal with this. That basically is dealing with it, and that's what I came up with. Balls, how to keep your relationship alive when you live with a sports-obsessed guy.
I love the title.
Yes.
I love it.
We've got to, I have to imagine this. What is a weekend like in your house then? Saturday, all football. Sunday, all football.
Monday, Thursday.
I'm like,
you have like
I
3
disappear
days.
for a little bit, but oh gosh.
And the problem is, if I happen to walk into the room and he's watching the game, and if I happen to just say, hey, and he says, oh my God, he just dropped the ball because you walked into the room.
Skip,
I
that's
have to relate,
true.
though. I have to relate because my husband is the same way when it comes to soccer. I have to watch the game with him, but sometimes I have to know when to interject and ask him a question, because if not, he's like, stop it. We're not going to win.
But there never seems to be a good time because he's watching wall-to-wall games. When do I talk to him?
I have irrational jinx demons.
So,
And
like, what is
she
one
learned
of
the
them?
rules early on, but she occasionally, even lately, has broken the rules.
the
Rule number
rules.
one is you never walk in the fourth quarter when I'm ahead and look at the score and say, oh, you've got this one. I'm dead.
Because I've just changed the game that was played in Dallas.
Well, this is my favorite one. You cannot use the restroom.
No, I can't
during the
use
game.
bathroom.
You got to go before.
You can't use the restroom. You can, or
If she starts watching with me, she can't leave.
The rule is,
I'll start losing.
If I say, I think I'm going to watch the game with you, he said, okay, you know that you can't get up throughout the whole game. I said, what do you mean? I have to go to the bathroom? You have to go now, or you have to wait till halftime. So then the minute he tells me that, I just have to go to the bathroom immediately, so then I just can't watch the game.
Are you allowed to talk during? Can she talk during the game?
Only if, please.
It depends the magnitude of the game, how much it means to me. But our salvation was that she did fall in love with basketball, not football, but the NBA.
That's good.
She loves it. I'm a big Spurs fan, and she became a big Spurs fan. And she loves it because they don't wear helmets, so she can see their faces. And you can see their physiques. And she thinks some of them are pretty good-looking guys.
Actually, one of the most fun chapters in the book, and it's the truth, was the only way I could actually sit through an NBA game was I decided I have to pick out the cute guys, because you have to have a reason for watching the game. It's not just because I care about the score. I'm not going on TV the next day talking about it like he is. So I decided, okay, well, these guys are really cute. So then I picked out my favorite guys, and so it was an investment. In 4 hours, I have to have a reason, and the reason are the guys.
And you were never a sports person before
I've
you
never
met
been to a football game to this day in my life.
Which
The closest.
How did you guys get together? Did you know what you were getting into?
No, I had no clue. So I was in PR, and I was working with Kevin Dillon from Entourage at the time, and I booked him on his sports show, and I just went with Kevin, and I met him in the green room.
And it was love at first sight.
Love at first sight.
But I loved her because she didn't know anything about sports, and I need escape from sports. And so I chose her because she had so many of our interests, movies, books that we shared away from sports. But I told her the first date, if this goes anywhere, you'll always be 1A to my job.
1A.
1A. I know. And you didn't even, that's like a red flag right there.
I just said to myself, and I called my mother and my sister, and I said, I don't care, I'm not marrying this guy. He was nice for the one date, and then it turned into another date, and then eventually came into 14 years. And then at this point, his job is 1A, and I am 1.
Good. So, she won me over.
I wasn't going to put up with that. So
I
that
hear
was
you
the
there.
end of it.
And this is so relatable. I love this because so many women can relate to this. And the book is so fabulous because it's not about sports. You're not teaching them about sports. You're teaching them how to relate with the person who's obsessed with the sport.
Because you have to decide if he's worth it, if the guy you're with, is he worth it to hang out with? And he had all these great points, and I made the list of the pros and the cons, and he had a long list of good points, and then one point was sports in big capital letters. But he had really great, great qualities, and I figured it's worth it to invest in him and hang out. And so it turned into the 14
years. And I'm
years.
so proud of her for writing this, and it immediately went to #1 on Amazon.
Yes,
it's a bestseller, right?
Yeah, it did. So there are see, that just shows you there are so many women out there that need this book.
Yes, well, I mean, and I think it also relates to a lot of other, not just sports, but just any relationship.
It's about compromise, and that's really what the book is about, is compromising in any relationship, and you have to give and take, and he deals with a lot of stuff I dish out to him too, so it goes both ways.
Thank you so much, and you were so much fun. Ernestine's book titled Balls, How to Keep Your Relationship Alive When You Live with a Sports-Obsessed Guy is on sale now.